We're reporting this news a little bit late, but on April 22nd it was reaffirmed that Lithuania, Sweden, Norway and Finland are considering a coordinated acquisition of CV90 infantry fighting vehicles, or IFVs. The news came via Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson speaking to the media, but such a concept had been mentioned months prior. Additionally, about a week later, sources report that Lithuania would be responsible for building some of these IFVs. We take a look at this emerging news for today's video. Coordinated acquisition, joint procurement, whatever you want to call it, is basically the military equivalent of teaming up with another group to buy something in bulk. Two or more nations collaborating to buy weapons or vehicles means a larger order, and this typically equates to more bargaining power and a lower cost per unit. So, with little Lithuania continuing to modernize its military and increase its land force capabilities, the country is doing everything it can to get more for its money. Joint procurement seems like one strong strategy to save some money. But getting specifically to the CV90 deal, the Prime Minister of Sweden was quoted by LRT as saying, "Our focus right now is on a potential coordinated acquisition of the CV90 infantry fighting vehicles with Sweden, Lithuania, Finland and Norway together. With a possible coordinated procurement, we will strengthen our shared military capabilities in the Baltic Sea region." The Swedish Prime Minister added that such a procurement would also deepen the defense ties between the countries, adding that a statement of intent for the deal is currently being drafted. Hopefully, we can get this video out before news changes. Affirming our own opinions on joint procurement, Prime Minister Kristersson added that a coordinated acquisition would, quote, "speed up deliveries, reduce costs, and benefit defense industrial ties." He went on to say that, "With the CV90 in almost all Nordic and Baltic states, we can also improve our interoperability and our security of supply." While we know Lithuania plans to buy about 100, the Swedish Prime Minister was hesitant to put out a number for the coordinated acquisition, stating, "It's too early to tell in the sense that we haven't made all the decisions yet. But the faster we make the decisions, the faster they could be delivered as well to national armed forces. We are at least discussing several hundred vehicles. They are quite costly." We've been waiting to do a video on Lithuania's purchase of the CV90, but it made sense to wait until a deal was actually signed, which still has not taken place. But rather than waiting for months, it does make sense to report news as it comes out. And so it was back in October 2024 that the Lithuanian State Defense Council decided to purchase around 100 of these Swedish-made infantry fighting vehicles. The Ministry of Defense says that this purchase will be enough to equip 2 Lithuanian Armed Forces battalions. In December, Minister of National Defense Dovile Schackliene met with representatives of the Swedish manufacturer BAE Systems Hägglunds to discuss acquisition of the CV90 and closer cooperation with the Lithuanian defense industry. The Defense Ministry's announcement added that Lithuania would be joining the IFV acquisition program with Finland, Sweden and Norway, and that the model and terms of industrial cooperation would have to be approved by all the participants, with negotiations planned to be completed by the end of 2025. A few months later, in a March 19th social media post, the Defense Ministry announced that representatives of Lithuania had participated in a CV90 shooting demonstration. The post stated, "The Ministry of National Defense, in order to modernize and strengthen the capabilities of the Lithuanian Armed Forces, is actively working on the assessment of possibilities to purchase the CV90 tracked infantry fighting vehicle, which is widely used by NATO." In order to evaluate the characteristics and suitability of the CV90, a delegation of representatives of the National Defense System took part in shootings of this infantry fighting vehicle in Sweden. The event provided a practical opportunity for Lithuanian defense experts to see and evaluate the CV90 platform up close. The CV90's versatility, firepower, mobility and advanced systems were showcased in a demonstration organized by manufacturer BAE Systems. And then on April 30th, several sources, including the Defense Post, reported that an estimated 30% of Sweden's CV90 infantry fighting vehicles are set to be assembled in Lithuania. The news came from a local interview with Lithuanian Prime Minister Gintautas Paluckas. Apparently, this portion of IFVs will be manufactured by enterprises in Vilnius, thus integrating the businesses into the CV90 supply chain. While the Swedish PM didn't speak on the size of the order, Palutskas added that the Scandinavian and Baltic countries are planning to collectively purchase about 1,000 CV90s. The CV90 can transport up to 8 personnel and move at a maximum speed of 43 miles or 70 kilometers per hour. The platform is modular, meaning that countries have some options when it comes to weapon systems and level of firepower for their machines. The platform can be fitted with cybersecurity components as well as state-of-the-art sighting and fire control systems. Defense Post says that the CV90 currently has 17 variants. As an IFV, it can be fitted with a variety of cannons, 30mm, 35mm or 40mm. Other variants include reconnaissance, command and control, anti-aircraft, mortar, recovery vehicle, electronic warfare, and more. In a Baltic context, Estonia is currently the only nation in the region that has already fielded the CV90. The northern Baltic nation purchased 44 CV90-35s from the Netherlands in 2014 and another 37 CV90 hulls from Norway in 2016. The first armoured infantry company on CV90s became operational in 2017 and 2018. In June 2021, the Estonian Centre of Defence Investment awarded GoCraft and Scania Estonia a €29.3 million contract for upgrading 37 CV90 vehicles procured from Norway in 2016. Over several years, the companies, with the support of Milrem Robotics, refurbished the 37 vehicles and converted 31 into different types of supporting vehicles, including fire support, engineering and anti-tank roles. Modifications were made specifically based on the need of the Estonian Defence Force's 1st Infantry Brigade Scouts Battalion. Looking at the map of countries around the Baltic Sea, it looks like our Baltic sister Latvia will very much be the odd one out when it comes to CV90 adoption. Estonia, as well as all of the Nordic countries, already have CV90s in their respective militaries, and Lithuania will join this club. As we noted in an earlier video, Latvia has chosen to go with the Ascot family of infantry fighting vehicles. The deal, signed with General Dynamics European Land Systems, is valued at €373 million and will see 42 Ascot IFVs delivered to the Latvian National Armed Forces. For more about that deal, do check out our previous video. But what do you think about Lithuania's plan to purchase roughly 100 CV90s and build these vehicles domestically? And what type of fire systems do you think these IFVs should be fitted with? Let us know by leaving a comment. If you're still watching in these last 20 seconds, we invite you to check out our Contribee page and consider financially supporting our work. Use the QR code or the link in the description to learn more.